everyone. It's a privilege to be in Norway. I am really happy and excited to be here, along with our team members from Trinidad and Tobago. So yes, we are from the same Caribbean countries. I want to first thank Paul for having us and Axel, the leaders here. I may not know all of you, but I know by the end of the evening I will. And I want to also thank our head, Cordell King James, for having us and giving us the opportunity to speak to you. The thing about it is we have a story to tell too. I don't lie. We have a story. And before we go into our story, what happened is we wanted to let you know what we did is that just what you see is there. We created a mental bridge between the company, One Life, and our why. The why, the story that why we would have gotten involved in this, or why we took the opportunity. So before I go into the story, which I will do, Ivan would like to take you further into seeing this bridge as to the why.
All right, good night everyone. It is so great to be here. And it is such a privilege and honor. Every time we do this, we are so humbled by this experience and the ability to just meet people and try to help them in their situation as well. So as Michelle said, yes, we have a story because we went through some things within the last 10 years, but within the last 2 years, we have also gone through some things, right? You all are understanding me? Yes? Okay, great. So what we had to do was actually now decide, and it was just a decision. We had to decide because we were in One Life already. So we had to make a decision of saying, listen, we're going to use One Life to accomplish everything that we could not have accomplished within the past 10 years. Is that okay? Yes? So we formed this mental bridge. So we had to ask ourselves, because activity matters in this whole situation. Our day begins at 5:30 a.m. with the One Academy call. Anybody knows about the One Academy call? Yes, we have some people here who basically comes on every day. So our day begins with the One Academy, and here's what the One Academy call does for you. It prepares you for the day ahead. Because sometimes you will meet someone and they will ask you a question, and that question was answered on the One Academy for that day. And that's a true story, right? Many times we meet people, and because we were on the One Academy, it actually helped us deal with the situation. So that is how we start our day. And then we do about 3 meetings for ourselves and for our downlines, on one-on-one or meeting, prospects or anything like that. And then we have our flagship meetings and our evening meetings. So we basically start very early and we go through, but this is what actually helps us. So you have to ask yourself, does your current economic activity support your dreams and goals? So you have to ask yourself that question. What you are doing now, does it help you to accomplish your dreams and your goals? Can you confidently say that you will reach your goal or realize your dream in the next 5 years? How many people could say yes to that? That I will achieve my goals in the next 5 years currently with whatever they are doing. All right? Based on your current economic activity or economical vehicle. So whatever vehicle it is. Now, what we have to do and what we saw, because we're in finance, you have to learn the system that leverages and rewards time, money, talent, leadership, which is very, very important, and relationships, also very important. It's because of a relationship formed with Paul, that is why we are here. All right? He saw something, and because he saw what he saw, he said, you know what? You guys can help us out. You can do something, and we could form this synergy together. So, it all starts with a why, because we had to have a big why, massive, for us to overcome the challenges that we had to overcome. You heard from Edward Wilson some of the things that we had to overcome. Alright? So it's all good for you to want to do something worthwhile, like we all do. However, if you don't understand why you are doing it, that goal or that dream, right, will not last, nor give you fulfillment. And you have to understand that. Is your why strong enough to give you success? Is your why strong enough to give you success? And we have to actually now ask ourselves that question when we're going through what we're going. Your why is what gives your life meaning. Example, why do you wake up every morning and go to a job? that maybe you don't like. Anybody here has that problem? They wake up every morning to go to a job. My wife had that for like 17 years, right? And every Monday morning, there was an ache in her back. Now, you know what happens? Because every Monday morning, now it's Happy Monday. She does a little dance every Monday. Alright, so no more pain. But you go to work because you have to fulfill these basic needs, food, shelter, and clothing. Right? But that doesn't really give you that fulfillment that you require. And that's something that we also face. So you have to look at these things, because for someone who hasn't had food in a few days, a good meal will make them feel good. Okay? To a homeless person, a warm place will give them happiness and fulfillment. But many of us have these things already, and to someone who has tattered or worn garments, new clothes will make that person happy. But does it all end there? Right? So how far does your why? And we had to ask again, we are using ourselves as the example. We had to ask ourselves, because once your needs are fulfilled, does your why end, or is there more? Is there more to it? Ask yourself this question. And many times, because we're in finance and we consult with different people, when I ask them this question, it usually leads somewhere. So when I ask them, what about money is important to you? They usually say something. Anybody can speak English pretty okay here? All right. Could you come a minute? Yeah. So I'll give you an example. Tell me your name again. Harold. Good to meet you, Harold. So what about money is important to you, Harold?
It gives freedom.
It gives you freedom. Okay, what about freedom is important to you, Harold?
It feels good.
Okay, and what about feeling good is important to you?
It makes me relax.
Makes you relax. And what about relaxing actually
Makes me happy.
Very good. So you see, right? And 97% of the time, when we ask ourselves this question over and over, what about this, what about this, what about this, is important to us, we usually end up in being happy. Thanks so much, Harold. Give Harold a round of applause, please. Right? So, what I realized is that in a survey done 97% of the times, the reason that question is asked, 97% of the times, it always ends in making us happy. This question here, we all want to be happy. Is that true?
Yes.
We all want to be happy. Alright? So, however, happiness always comes at a price. And what we have found is that many times, because we experienced it back in Trinidad and Tobago, many times the people said that they want to be happy, but it comes with a price. And the thing about it is that many times people are not willing to pay the price, or in a lot of circumstances, they don't know how to pay the price. And that's where the leadership comes in, that's where we come in, that's where we as a team and as a network come in. Alright? Because believe it or not, it takes a lot of discipline, focus, and a good plan of action to achieve happiness and fulfillment. Won't you agree with that? Yes? Alright? So, what we need is a system of success. This system will provide a roadmap for your success. It will allow you to develop personally. It will pay you what you're really worth. Now, when I put no cheating there, what I mean is that if you have a job, sometimes you're not paid what you're worth. How many of you feel that you're not paid what you're worth? What your true value is? Right? So we did jobs many times and we feel like that. But we have to do it. Why? Because we just need to supply food, shelter, and clothing. But you're not paid what you're worth. So why not have a system of success to do that? Right? It will recognize your efforts. How many of you want to be recognized? We all, in Hollywood, there will be an actor and actress that earns millions of dollars per film. But you know what really does it for them? The Academy Awards. The Academy Awards, regardless of how much money they earn and how well known they are, the Academy Awards, winning an Academy, is what is important. So it will recognize your efforts. It will move you from local to international. We are here with you fine folks today, all the way in Norway, from Trinidad, and a small island of Trinidad and Tobago. Why? because we have moved from local to international.
Yeah.
It will allow you not to only change your own circumstance, but those of the ones that you love. And this is the perfect method for doing that. By telling another person, listen, look what happened to me. Look what I did. And you can do the same as well. Alright, so we need a system. So, yes, we ask the question why. But we want to change. Why not change the why into why not? Why not can you be successful? Why can't you be fulfilled? Why not be the change you all want to see? Why not realize true wealth? Not the wealth that they give you, the banks tell you about, or your job or your employer tell you about, but true wealth, that financial wall, the financial fitness that you ought to have for yourself and your family. Right? Why not make a positive and lasting relationships like what we're doing here? The relationships we have, because of the One Life Network, is far superior to a lot of the other networks. Why? Because we understand from not only a relationship, but from an educational standpoint with One Academy, exactly what we have to do. And above all, like my good friend Harold here, why not be happy? Because at the end of the day, we all want happiness. Alright? So we look at One Life and we said, why not? Why not One Life? Why not have that system? Why not make the money? Why not have coins? Why not develop that financial wall around us? Why not be that support for other members? Why not One Life? Alright? So we will tell our story now because it is very unique, but it is also, it can make you cry. And we hope to have some of you crying here, but not too much. Right? But yes, we went through a lot. But at the end of the day, we are all better fit. We are happier than before. We have developed more than before. And we have made so many friends along the way that it is really now impossible to go back to how we were. So Michelle will come and give you just a little bit of our story. Thank you so much.
Let me do the part so I can cry a little bit too. Okay, so both Ivan and I are from the finance industry. So you would think that we took our own advice.
Which we did.
And we did. We prepared, we thought we did everything right. In that we waited for a certain time to purchase a home, we made sure certain bills were done and all of that. We are the proud parents of 5 kids. And back in 2008, which everybody may remember, there was this mortgage crisis in the world, this recession. And if you know the One Academy, you would know about this also. So the thing about it is, it affected us in Trinidad in that the very day we got the keys for our home, that is when everything happened in the United States, with banks failing and the mortgages and different things. What we didn't anticipate is that it would reach home. You know, you're hearing it in the news and different things. So we moved into our home in December. So we got the keys the 15th of September. And we moved in December for Christmas. We were happy, the kids were happy. We had our own space finally. This is ours, after waiting many, many years to do this. And to our surprise, January of the next year, Ivan lost his job. We just entered into a mortgage. We just spent our savings because we put out more, because we didn't just purchase the home or pay down on it, we also renovated. So we were left, what do we do? At that time, the banks weren't our friends anymore. Ivan was not Mr. Mark. He just became a regular customer. I do not know if it's the same in this country, but the banks treat you different when you have money. And we did that.
Is it the same?
He kept looking, and the bank sat and waited for the nightmare to occur. And that is for us to go in a race. We survived. We survived a period of time, but it was just gutted. Because if you miss 1 month, another month added, and it kept going like that. We kept fighting. We kept fighting. I got another job. He lost his job after 20 years. And he got another job, and guess what? He lost that one too. So it was like a double whammy. As a man, I see many men here, it was very hard for him. He actually went into a state of depression. A depression that, I'm not the provider anymore. What example am I leaving for the children? And then he has, we were brought up, well, he knows this, and he says it to me that as a man, he's supposed to be the breadwinner of the home, no matter if I'm working. But at that time, I was not. I stayed home because the last kid was small. We started a small business, but he was the main person. It went on like that, and it just got worse and worse and worse. We were fighting the bank, still trying, and then in 2016, the same time, we were invited to this opportunity. I was doing a part-time job at the time, and I actually had to make a decision to leave. And the reason I left is not because some people think I'm crazy, because I get an income, and I should stay. But I saw my husband come alive, because it's something that we know, because the One Academy had to do with finance and different things, and he came alive. And we just said, okay, and we took a trip with one of our leaders at that time to Curacao. First 2 persons in Trinidad with him. And in 2016, at that time, I'm not ashamed to tell you, I went to this new country, which is like 40 US in my pocket. But the hotel and everything was paid for by this person that invited us. And since then, we came back, and from 2016 to the present time, we have been working. Has it been working totally without challenges? I'll tell you no. All of our finance friends felt we were mad. We are going into network marketing. This wouldn't work. It's a scam, different things. They Googled it and they were saying that. So we hardly had anybody to support us at that time. So you know what we did? We hooked on to people like Cordell and different ones in the Patrice and different ones in the business to get that encouragement. We went on so, but it still had its difficulty. And I want to say the greatest one of them all. Besides, we didn't lose the house as yet. But we were so stressed out with the bank on our mind, on our case, we left the home and we went somewhere else for a little bit. And we started to rent there. And what happened? It reached a point that my job, I had started back working, and my job got affected too. So this is another whammy for us. And it led to us being, it was around Christmas time, exactly like this, what I'm telling you now. The 30th of, we had to sleep, 30th of November, and the 1st of December, we heard knocking on our doors. And the landlady didn't want to wait no more for her rent. Not that we were paying, but past. She didn't want to wait for any more. And because of that, she sent bailiffs, different people, to retrieve everything that we had. We had 2 hours to move out of the home, and all we got was clothes and a mat. 28 years of living gone in a couple seconds. We lost everything. My kids were separated. For me, that was the most devastating. They had to go by strangers, different ones. But we kept going. If it wasn't for the team encouraging us, we started working again. A friend loaned me some funds. I got my children back home March or April of 2017. And by September 2017, we actually became diamonds. And we were only tired every time, and we just started to work, and we worked. It didn't matter which team you're from. The thing is, One Life is a company. One Life is together for more. Listen to the slogan. If I fail, then somebody else fails. because it's supposed to be a team effort. And I love that about the company. I love it and I mean it. I mean it when I work with different people, it doesn't matter. And it just went on. We are not out of our situation, but look, I'm in Norway. And and I'm actually talking to people on an international scale. The thing is, God has a way to bring things, your way to make you stronger. And I believe this company, if you all would just look back to 2015, the ironic thing is most of you, I understand, started with the company in 2015. We started in 2016. Just like you, it had no deal shaker. It had nowhere to spend coins. It had nowhere. And like Edmund, I'm a proud owner of a vehicle. I got it for my birthday, all coins.
Yes.
So I lost what I received. And I didn't have to get normal money to get it. I actually worked, and the coins that we work for, we actually get different things with it. So I want to say, look back inside. There had to be a reason why we got involved in this. Our why was too strong. Our family depended on it. My husband wanted to be back as a provider and different ones, and we got together. So we digged into this company, and just what he just said, we dig and dig and dig. At the end of the day, still we want to be happy. But we would love to be happy with all our team members with us, because that makes life even better. Because if you end up with the money, I know people to benefit or celebrate it with. It doesn't. But this has given us that. So I'll pass it back to Ivan. That's our story. It has a lot more, but that's it in a nutshell. So thank you.
All right. Yeah, so the thing about it is that experiencing that made us better. And for a while it seemed like hopeless until one life came and gave us that opportunity. But we had to work. We had to dig deep. We had to keep on moving because we had leaders who left. And no matter what we did, they weren't coming back. So we had to find within ourselves to really move on. Yes, and we just got Sapphire, then the day after we were out of our home, but we moved from Sapphire to Diamond. And that in itself was marvelous. So before we leave, we'd like to leave you with this, for you to see exactly how it is when you have a good team and someone who is behind you, in front of you, or at the side of you, encouraging you to move on. Because this company is here for a long, long time.
And I would just like to add, that's what we are to be to each other. So the little clip here that's going to show you, that's where Paul could be, where Axel could be, where Cordell is, where the many leaders. We hope that this really drives home the point, teamwork, and what it is to listen to our coach.